Vroom, vroom. Right, so then tomorrow we're off to New Zealand. Vroom, vroom. And we're taking these mugs with us, which our man's done us a lovely
Stefan, yeah.
Stefan. They thought the wags thought it'd be quite funny to put that one on upside down, so luckily we only got one of them. Now we're not doing any merch until we get back. I was walking round the kit car show about 10 years ago or 5 years ago, and a beautiful young lady stopped me and handed me one of these catalogues, and I thought, well, you know, I mean, I never collect things that auto jumbles or whatever. I don't have bits of paper because I only put them down and lose them. But anyway, she gave it to me. I tell you what, it was an absolute revelation. When I got back, I kept showing it to my mates and they go, oh, I want one of them, I want one of them. A really good firm. You order the stuff and it comes the next day. Very, very good firm. It's just so good. It's got a bit of everything, you know. If you're building a car, you know, look there you are, I turned the page over on headlamps because I thought when I do the Ferrari, I'm going to put more modern headlamps in it because they're all too bright now, so we might as well have some bright headlights. A bit of everything. In fact, it even inspires you because you look through it and you think, oh, I could do that simply because it's in here. You know, everything you can think of.
And where have you been this week?
Heaters. Where have I been? Well, I've been to Retromobile.
Oh, Ivan, what are you having to drink?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Retromobile, the last time I went there, it's got to be at least 10 years ago.
Maybe 15.
Probably 15. And it was completely different. It was a bloke called, I think, Mark Nicolosi or something. He used to organise it, and it was completely different in my opinion. The only bit of it that's near enough the same is in like the Auto Jumble hall. There's several halls, but the main hall is just full of supercars. They're all for sale. It's all the London dealers, Joe Macarios, Gregor Fiskin. You know, they're all there, and there's so much of it. I didn't even bother to look because I couldn't take it in. Health and safety.
Right, well, we're at Retromobile, Ivan. What do you want to say? You meant to be looking at cars.
It didn't chop my finger off.
Ivan, you've got 24 hours at Retromobile. What's your impressions?
Very good, but a bit overwhelming, really.
Yeah.
There's some fabulous stuff here. There's an 1896 three-wheel motorbike, which luckily it's in an auction, but if it was for sale, I'd have a terrible job not buying it.
Okay.
It really is super. Absolutely super. But that don't hurt, look.
No, that's good.
And whereas in the past you'd go in there and there'd be some old French thing that you'd never seen before in your life, it wouldn't be for sale, but it would be there, you know, blah, blah, blah. But it's completely changed. But I'm not saying it's not good, it's good, but it's not sort of what I was used to. And the only thing I saw in the whole place that I'd like to have gone home with was this little freewheel motorbike. You know, like it's a bit like the Didion Bouton one, you know, it's before 1900 anyway. And it was really, really good. So I didn't buy it, obviously, but it was a lovely thing, most original thing I've ever seen, probably. So anyway, so there we are. So it was quite good. And we went on the Eurostar. Well, I don't go on trains, so I don't really understand all that. So we went up to London in the train. We went over to St Pancras.
Yep.
To get on Eurostar. We got on Eurostar. We went in there. They've got like a little panel. It's like a little thing to say, look, be careful when you're getting off the train for the gap and do that. But as you're going along, it actually records the speed you're going every now and again. And we were doing 236 kilometres an hour on the real open bits. We were flying along. It took 25 minutes to get through the tunnel from going in and coming out the other side. absolutely fantastic, lovely and quiet. It was really, really good. I must say, that was a bit of a revelation to me. You know, with no steam coming out of it, no smoke coming out of it, it was really good. And then we arrived in the other side of Paris and we got on the underground, which is unbelievable. You know, it ain't like it is in England again, it's shillings. We went right across...
€2.50.
€2
each.
Each. You know, we went, and of course Suzie knew how to do that as well. So I just followed her like a lost soul. And the cars were fantastic, but there were so many of them, my brain couldn't cope with it. But the auto jumbly bit upstairs was very good, and there were lots of old bits of very interesting, never seen type stuff. Well, this is Aristide. I met him at Bewley. I know him sort of fairly well, but he doesn't speak English. But always at Bewley, his stand always stood out, but he doesn't come down because of the common market looks. But what lovely stuff he's got, look at that. I mean, where do you see a Type 57 engine and gearbox? A normal 57 that's mounted solid. It's not flexibly mounted, so it's not a late engine, and it's not an S engine.
Okay.
I don't know.
So that's a 57 chassis?
Yeah. So that would go, and there's an S manifold supercharger. Obviously that looks new.
Yeah.
That's what that engine would, not that engine,
an S
engine.
And they're Brigetti front axles behind on the shelf.
Yeah, look, and there's a Type 35 like supercharger. So old Aristide, look, there's a cab box up there, that looks original to me. So, you know, if you want to Bugatti bits, I've never seen so many bits.
This is your preferred area, isn't it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
They're Bugatti stuff there.
Yeah, look, original Bugatti gauges there, look. Yeah, you'd never see that. You'd never see it. You see things here you'll never see anywhere else. I've seen an 1896 three-wheeler, fabulous. Yeah, I already said that. But don't forget to subscribe.
Oh, that's what you need to say, yeah.
It's too much to see with your eyes. Never mind about a camera.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It's good, isn't it?
This is a Peugeot.
Yeah, Peugeot. Look at that. That'd go well with my Hall & Scott car, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Some cool stuff.
Yeah, some good stuff here.
Right, so the Offy, what's the plan?
Right, the plan is we're going to ring up young Metal Shaper Tom, because he did offer to help us, and we're away for 4 weeks, so if Tom could get that welded up, put the 6 inches on there, and go round the tail, then when we get back, the bodywork will be all ready to go on, and then John can, well, we're going to paint it, but we're going to try and keep the American 8, and we're going to try and keep it on sticker if we can. And that's it really, but that means that while we're away, something's happening, well, it wouldn't be if we weren't.
No, that's right.
So that'd be good. Don't forget to subscribe. And we're going to New Zealand. How many percentage have we got in New Zealand?
Nearly 5%.
Nearly 5%
of our views come from New Zealand.
We got more people in New Zealand than we got in France.
Yeah.
Mind you, when we were at Retromobile, this Frenchman, he couldn't, and I'm walking along with Tom, and I'm walking along, and the crowd's going, and this Frenchman goes, oh, you know, and because I couldn't talk to him, because I couldn't stream it. I watched your channel and all that, but it's very good, very good. It was very good. And again, the people that were with me got a real shock, because they're always saying, you know, about, oh, he's so famous and all that, which is all a load of nonsense. But I must say, they did look quite good. So there we are, darling. Yeah, well, Tom, as you know, if you don't know, he's got a fabulous channel, so you really ought to go on to that. What's it called? Tom?
Metal Shaper Tom.
Metal Shaper Tom.
Yeah.
Really, really good. I mean, the only reason he's here now is because I watched Metal Shaper Tom and I thought, oh, he's about to do this.
And we met Tom at Prescott, didn't we?
And we met Tom at Prescott, because he actually is a car enthusiast as well as being able to do the job. He's building a fabulous Austin 7 Special, and, you know, I can see us being involved with him forever now.
Good, good. So what's the plan?
Sunny, you know.
What's the plan, Ivan?
Well, Tom's going to wire that up, tidy all that up, weld that up, and that's it.
Okay, weld that up there.
Yeah, and then we're gonna obviously fit it and bash it all in shape, and that's it. But we can't weld aluminium. John can't do it, I can't do it, Tim can do it, but my son is so busy.
Okay.
I'm embarrassed, you know. I give it to him and he feels sort of, he's got to do it for me. And, you know, he's dealing with running, you know, like 20 blokes rushing about. He ain't got time to do that.
Yeah. In all fairness, I don't think it's going to take me a huge amount of time. You know, I'll just sort that out, fill out the holes, get that welded up and cleaned up. But it's literally a few hours work.
Yeah.
You know, in all, it's not going to take me any longer than a day to do all of that and get it cleaned up.
Well, that's
so it's going to be...
Well, that sounds like brilliant news. It'll be
it's worth
maybe done in time for us to get back.
Exactly.
When we get
it'll
back.
be done before you get back.
When we get back, we'll be whizzing about in it, hopefully.
I don't know where I'm going to sit, Ivan, on your knee. Oh, so this is painted, Ivan.
Well,
Isn't it a lovely colour?
the original colour. So all we've got to do now is get on with it.
Is the engine done?
No,
No.
no, but we've got an engine. We've got all the bits, it's just a case of getting on with it. Well, this is the old Sebring Sprite, and we've sealed all the edges, you know, because what happens is, the rain gets in between there, and that's how you get rust, because obviously it just stays wet. So it's sealed everything, and then that'll all get hand painted. Now this bit at the front here, you're always jacking these cars up, that you can see it's got a few dents.
Yeah.
But we thought we'd put that thick panel on that on for jacking it up.
Oh, like reinforcement?
Yeah, because you know, I mean, if it's mine, I'll probably be jacking it up and changing the wheels or doing something. And it makes it so much easier. Because that's what happens when you jack it up, because they're so thin. Obviously that's all original, that. The only bits that are new really are the floors and the seals. And there we are, you know, so we've gone round and sealed it. The paintwork looks really good. This has all turned out really good. But that's all turned out really nice, because obviously there was all rot in that.
Yeah. Well, that's something inside it.
Yeah, I mean, there's all little bits and that, but you know, we normally get them out. But we've actually got a plan, even though I spent £3,000 having it stripped and dumped.
Yeah.
We're still not happy, because when you're looking in there, you know, it's got some, but it ain't brilliant. So what we're thinking of doing, we're thinking of all the places that have been going to wax on it.
Okay.
And we sort of made this thing so we can poke it down the holes.
Yeah.
Except it won't go in, of course, but you know.
Okay.
So what we're going to do, we're going to fill that up with wax oil and then poke that in the hole. It is.
It's hard to get that. I just
Poke it in, you see, and then just squirt it all around. Because the thing is with wax oil, it doesn't just go where you put it. After it's in there, it tends to sort of
spread over.
all
Yeah,
over,
yeah.
So we go down the seals with it, and we'll probably put some there. Anywhere where there's a box section that you can't get to, even though it's had the big, you know, dip in the black, we're still going to do it.
Yeah.
I think it'll be worthwhile. I mean, the thing is, we're not going to go to work every day in this, and it ain't going to get driven on a salty road, but, you know, while it's like this, you always think, while it's like this, you might as well do these things, because it's so easy compared to doing it when it's all together. I mean, you can't,
Okay, good.
and luckily, that's beautifully balanced. It whizzes over perfectly. So it's not hard. And I find that sticks up very well. You know,
Okay.
so we don't want to underseal it. So we're going to paint it with that. All the bits that you know that are not red.
Okay.
So all the underneath will be black. That will be black. And it takes a while to dry. I always find stuff that takes a while to dry stands up to chips better.
Okay, good.
So that's what we're going to do.
And what's the status with the Ferrari, the 308?
Well, the thing is with the 308, you know, although old John does most of the work, it's nice for me to be there to say how I would like to do it, you know?
Yeah.
And obviously I help, but, so that's that. And then what we're going to do, John's going to get out all the stuff for this car.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of it's already been blasted. That is a Sebring, that's a genuine Sebring pedal box.
Yeah.
That has two separate master cylinders in there.
Yeah.
So, you know, that'll get finished up nicely. And that's it really. It's got original, we got the original brakes, and apparently the calipers are very rare. So, you know, we've had all new rubbers for them, so they're going to need a little bit of treatment, but I mean, it's a big part of the car, those calipers, apparently, because I said to somebody once, oh, it's a Sebring, and he looked at me like I was mad, you know, because they're all Sebrings, aren't they? And then he started looking at it and he went, oh yeah, it's got the proper brakes, oh yeah, it's got the master cylinders, and in the end, he was convinced. And luckily, we've got a supercharger, because when this car was new, it was fitted with a supercharger, and there's a bill in there somewhere where Speedwell did some work on it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, you know, luckily the man who owned it, I've got a lot of letter from him, I've got a load of good stuff, so, you know.
Good.
See, I've always wanted a frog-eyed Sprite, and I thought, well, if you're going to really work on a frog-eyed Sprite, it'd be nice to start off with something that's a little bit special, which is what this is really, I think. Loads of people always ask us about John, because he's a bit quiet to get someone a job, and he's very clever, he can turn his hand to anything. Well, I haven't said much about him because there ain't much to say really, he's John. And I've known him since he was 17. But anyway, when he's not with me, he does all sorts of other jobs, obviously, but one of the things he's been working on is a dumper sort of setup. Now what it is, you can buy this dumper with tracks on it, it goes through a normal door, it's a very useful thing, and it's got a tipper thing at the front, so you can fill it up with dirt or rubble or whatever, and then it tips it on the floor, which is all very nice, but what happens is, say you're in the back garden and you're digging some foundations for a shed. You dig it all up, you put it in the thing, you go through the little side gate at the side of your house, and you arrive at the skip. Now you've either got to put a couple of scaffold boards, and it's all a bit iffy, and I always think that looks iffy. So you lumber really, so you drop it on the floor and then you shovel it into the skip. So old John thinks, well, that's a waste of time. So he's taken the machine that you can just buy and he's modified it so that it lifts up the bucket and tips it into the skip. And obviously we're off to New Zealand tomorrow, and he just sent me a video of its first ever bucketful in a skip. And I thought it was so good. I wrote back and said, oh, you're going public. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But if you see it, you'll see how clever it is. It's typical John, works like a charm. I mean, you imagine the time it's going to save shoveling that off the floor and into the skip when you can just ride up the skip, raise up the bucket and tip it in the skip. Anyway, there's a video that he sent us which he made with his phone, and Susie's going to... Our video was finished prior to going to New Zealand, but Susie's going to clip this on because it's so good. anyway, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to press the like button. And we won't see you in 4 weeks because knowing Suzie, she'll be sending stuff from New Zealand. Will we be making a video in New Zealand, Suzie?
Yeah.
Ah, well, there you go.